thought that the degradation of Mike Pence by Donald Trump.
Hi, Fashion Dolls. It is Thankful Thursday, March 17th, and welcome to another episode of Style by Stevie Daytime. Our very special guest today is an actor, and you might have seen him on hit shows such as Ballers and Nash Bridges. Joining me today, ladies and gentlemen, we have Dawayne Jordan. Let me share this live with him. I hope you guys are doing awesome this beautiful Thursday, this hot Thursday. I hope you all are doing amazing as I am. Hi, Angela. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, everyone. Today I chose lime green. I wanted to go for something that was perfect for the springtime because fashion's definitely changed throughout this month in the springtime. Like, it's showing a lot of skin and a lot of bright colors, a lot of things that are definitely about standout spring fashion. So, shout outs to Christopher John Rogers. Christopher John Rogers had a beautiful collection at Fashion Week, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I loved it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you for coming through. Ladies and gentlemen, our very special guest is here today. Ladies and gentlemen, Dawayne Jordan. Shout outs to my makeup artist, Melanie Nalamai Bridgers, for getting me right each and every day. Oh, you like the look? Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to go for something very soft, romantic, very feminine. Shout outs to point all this week with the hair, the makeup, and everything. So shout outs to Melanie for making sure that I'm right.
There I go. How you?
Welcome to the
Pretty
doghouse. How are
good.
you?
Sorry I do it in my car. I'm actually on stage. I was telling you earlier. I'm doing a lot today, and yeah. You might be able to see the trailer in the
You're
back.
all set. Okay, so I'm gonna make you breathe.
Yeah,
We're gonna do it.
yeah. I'm
We're gonna make you
excited.
breathe.
I love the color.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. My hair or which one?
You know what? I'll go with the shirt first, but you know what? It's nothing. The hair has to make the shirt, so I think you good on both. The hair first.
Thank you so much. All right, so before we get into this interview, how has 2022 been for you thus far? I know it's been crazy with all of this stuff going on, this pandemic and everything. So how have you been managing?
You know, actually, 22 is a great number for me this year. And my birthday is February 22nd. Okay. So, you know, it's 2/22/22. And ever since, everything has been going so well, you know, where I'm booking things or, you know, connecting with things or just, I don't know, just manifestation of feels like greatness is happening right now. So I'm really enjoying 2022. And yeah, it's going well. Yeah.
And it's been a great year for you. You have a very prolific career of work. Like I just mentioned in the beginning, introducing you on Ballers alongside Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. You did Fruitvale Station alongside Octavia Spencer and Michael B. Jordan. So you have a very prolific career of work, which we'll get into throughout the interview. But tell us a little bit how the journey of acting began for you. Like, how did you get your start into acting, and a little bit about where you grew up and what was it like?
Well, yeah. So I grew up in Oakland, California, by way of Pinole. I ended up moving to Pinole later. And shout out to Pinole Valley High School, all my people out there. And yeah, so I was really into football, actually. I wanted to be a 49er. And, you know, it was something about when I seen New Jack City, Mo Better Blues, and Juice. It made me want to be an actor. And I just didn't know how to get into it, but I would always act those characters out, you know, Bishop or Q or, you know, Nino Brown, whoever, you know. And I'm talking about as a kid, you know, 7, 8 years old, you know, I throw my age out there, but, but, you know, so it just kind of hit me. I started doing plays at the Black Rep in Berkeley. And I don't think I was ready for it. They say you should have tough skin. And I definitely wasn't ready for it at the time. So, you know, I just stayed with my first love, football, and played through high school, played some college ball. You know, as a quarterback, receiver, corner. I play all skill positions. And I just didn't really know how to like get out there. You know, like the highlight tape and all that stuff, you know, even though I played college. But after that, I went straight back into acting. I went back to the Black Rep. and I started doing plays. And then after that, I went to camera, probably like in like '07. I actually did my first commercial when I was 8, though. So that I was on camera before. So it kind of worked out. But yeah, '07, and I just started beating people out in auditions, honestly, and just making a name for myself. And people took a liking, and now they feel like I'm an investment. I'm not saying I'm big out there. I'm just saying, like, I don't have to audition as much as I used to. And it's been going quite well. So I'm ranging in film, commercials, even stunt work. I do weaponry, and it's been a great time.
Okay. So with this training, with taking these classes and everything, your first time on set, what's it like for you? What's running through your mind when you're on set?
That I'm this character. I'm who I'm playing. You know, I tend to joke around a lot on set. Not a lot, but I tend to kind of loosen up I want everybody to kind of get along, and I want to be able to get along with whoever. So whether I'm joking, whether I'm talking in a deep conversation, it's just something in my mind to be like, okay, I need to get comfortable with you and go into, that role. See, the thing is, even beforehand, I already like, research the type of character, and I see what type of outcome that type of person would want. So that's what I bring into. That's my whole focus, is bringing into the character while I'm on set. But I better have my breakfast or I'm grumpy. Yeah.
Okay, so what was your mom's reaction? Because I asked everybody this question. What was your mom's reaction to the first time of her seeing her baby on screen?
Yeah, well, she was pretty cool with it, but she didn't get a chance to see like my camera work and all that stuff and play. She passed from like breast cancer. She went through it for 10 years, and she went 3 times, and they got her the last time. So my dream was, obviously, to have her on a red carpet or something with me, or show her this and that. So I do it in her honor as well. So yeah, it's working out for me.
You gotta keep her legacy going. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. So let's get into some of your roles, because like I said, you've had such a prolific career. You said I'm not big yet, but according to this resume, to work alongside with the names that I've mentioned in the beginning of the interview, that is big. That's big, to be able to sit in the same room, in the same set as them. You might not get to see them because they might be in another part of the set, but that's huge. So let's go down the list here. Nash Bridges, Promises of Promises of Snow, Mad as Hell, Boiling Pot, one of my favorites, Fruitvale Station. You did All Eyes on Me, Blind Spotting. I mean, the list goes on and on. When We Rise, like, the list goes on and on. Good Cops, Barlers alongside Dawayne Johnson. So out of all of your catalog of work that you've done, which characters did you have the most fun portraying, and which role or part of your work was your favorite and holds a special place to you?
Well, I think kind of want to say Boiling Pot, but I think this new one, Promises of Snow, I really got to dig deep into this one, and it has a purpose, a message behind it, because it's based on sex trafficking. So I wanted to bring forward the seriousness in that. I actually played a villain. I played a pimp. And this ain't no 1970s pimp. This is a cold pimp. He don't care about nothing. It's like, I don't care if you're sick, you getting out there. So to me, it was important for me, because I'm like, I want people to see that this is real. The conversation isn't really talked about as much. So I'm like, let me go and show that we need to be talking about this so we can end this type of stuff. Whether it's manipulation, whether it's people being cruel, or a business thing, I don't care. I just want it to stop. And I have a daughter myself. Whether I had a daughter or not, or not, I still wouldn't want it to be, real. So it's a great cast. Matthew Ramsar, he directed it, and it's actually going through the festival. It's been doing well. It's been winning awards, everything. So I got good responses from it at the the Louisiana Film Festival, and Yeah, it's been going well. So that's probably the one I hold like close.
Freddie Mac says, "What up, dude?"
What's up, Max? How you doing? Gary, yeah, I see swag.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah, this is your supporters
no
are coming to
doubt.
see you. That how does it feel
Yeah,
for
no,
you?
I feel great. They've been supporting me from day one, like seriously. Even when times I'll be having like bad days and I'll like post like, it's raining on me today. Or something crazy. I don't know. And they'll still be like, nah, man, you got it, blah, 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 blah. Anytime I post something, they there to support 100%. They really mean a lot to me. Yeah, straight up for years too. They've been around.
CS Swag 86 said,
Hey,
"Hey,
fam, what's
fam."
going on? Sorry for my griminess, by the way, y'all. Like I say, I'm still working this thing, so it's been a thing, but
We talked about that
yeah,
before.
yeah,
We talked about that before the interview, and he was like, "It's easy for you." Yeah, I'm a woman, so I got to
yeah,
have hair, makeup, all of that. So we was gonna
yeah,
be on
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Hi,
Hey, what's going
Alyssa.
on? Yeah, they
Alyssa
coming
Music.
through.
Alyssa Music will be joining me tomorrow, ladies
Uh-huh.
and gentlemen.
Yeah, chilling. Yeah, we all. But yeah, so I'm excited to talk to you. See you interview some greats talking about me. Like I seen Vanessa Williams with you. I was like, what? Man, it's legend.
I'm gonna put something out there, and I don't know if a lot of people noticed when I did that interview. My heart was beating so fast when I did that interview. I was
Wow.
nervous. Like when she said, "Hey, how you doing?" and she just came in, wash face, no makeup, hair
Mm.
beautiful, face beautiful. When she opened those crystal blue eyes and she said, "Hey, how you doing?" I was just like, "Well, hey, girl."
Yeah.
So I, I'm like, this is Miss USA. Like, what more can I say? I've had pictures of this woman on my
Uh-huh.
wall. I've idolized this woman ever since I was a little girl. So I'm just like, what do I say? But the nerves finally came out as we progressed
Yeah.
and did the interview. It finally came out. I was
Wow.
nervous when I did that interview. My heart was beating so fast. I said, oh
Wow.
my God, this is
Yeah.
Vanessa
Yeah.
Williams. And yeah, I get nervous as well too. A lot of performers, a lot of us that are in the biz get nervous when
Uh-huh.
we're on set. So my next question for you is, what's running through your mind when you're on set? Like, is it making sure that you stay in the character, don't break character? Like, is it okay, I need to do this, I gotta do this, I gotta make sure my craft is perfected? Like for you, what is it like for you and what's running through your mind? Because I know for me, when I'm doing interviews, I'm like, I want this interview to be perfect. I want it to
Mhm.
go smooth. I don't want no bad blood. I want everything to be perfect. I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So,
Honestly, it's about the director for me. The writer, I should say, really, but the director, because he has the vision. The writer just, wrote it and said his vision, he or she vision. And I want to make sure that I get their story across, you know. And it's, kind of like a respect thing, And it helps me go into character even more because I'm helping bringing on a story that is probably going to be great or however, but that's my main thing. I've even been frustrated before when I didn't feel like I was bringing it enough, and I just had to have a sit down with a director before. You know what, even Matt Ramsar from Promises of Snow, I had to have a talk with him. He kind of pulled me to the side and he was like, nah, you got it. I'm like, but this ain't what I thought. Like, so we worked it out and it came out great. So that's my main focus is like I say, bringing the character as real as possible, what they believe and what they want to see, and what the director and the writer has what they want to see. Yeah.
okay. And I asked a lot of actors this question on my platform. I interviewed Michael Taylor, some actors who've done on TV One's Fatal Attraction, For My Man, shows like that. When they go into character, it's just like, okay, you're in it too hard. And what I mean by that is in it too hard. It's like, okay, I need to come back to being
Now, I've
Dawayne. I'm
been
not
there.
the character no longer. Like,
I've been there. Yeah.
yeah, you've been
Yeah.
there?
We were robbing people. Well, it was a Discovery ID show. And we were robbing some tourists. And I really thought we were going to go get them. I had the shotgun in my hand. And yeah, I had to back up like, yo, you tripping. even my makeup artist one time. No, I think it was my stylist. And I kept calling her name because my bandana kept coming off my face. It was on Love, I think it was Love Kills, Shelter the Shackles, yeah. And I don't know, it seemed like she just kept talking to something, and somehow I was Raymond. I wasn't Dwayne. And I said something, I yelled something at her, but I didn't like go off on her. But she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know." I'm like, "No, I'm so sorry, I didn't know." It was just me in my head. Like that's how deep I got. So yeah, sometimes you gotta like kind of chill. I've been there, and I think a lot of actors go through that.
You took a character
Yeah.
home with you, and I'm also going to bring up this point as well too. Lupita, when she was doing Us, like she said she literally had to go and detox herself
Oh,
out of this character because it was so
yeah.
excruciating for her. So it's just like I need to separate the character away from me being my normal self. I'm not in character anymore. So when I take off
Uh-huh.
everything, I'm not this character
Yeah.
anymore. So for a lot of actors, that goes along with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. It does. It does. Emily Rose, that role. I forget the actress name, but she had to go get therapy for that. She really thought her head was spinning. That's how deep she got. Yeah. Yeah. It's real.
It's real. It's definitely
It's real.
real.
A lot of hard work. People think this is all like fun and games. You know, you just read some lines and go have fun. They don't look at it as like a real career. And it's like, yo, y'all don't know how much work we really put into this. And it'd be like 12-hour days. You got to remember your lines. It's a lot of physical movement, emotion. You know, whether you crying, whether you doing. Like, I got a film I'm filming this Saturday, actually. It's called Who Needs It? And it's going to be a feature film. And they're going to let us do a lot of improv, like a lot, based on a lot of relationships. I play a husband who's taking care of my wife's son. But the father is, you know, he's still around, but he only show up on like birthdays and this and that. I'm working at Red Lobster. I'm doing what I can with my tips, all this stuff, and I don't get no credit. So I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, why you showing this dude so much love when I'm the one that's here? You know, and then you got another couple where they dealing with the interracial thing, a black man, white woman. I mean, it's going to be like really deep, and it really is based on mental health. I more so should say. And yeah, we're gonna do that this Saturday, and I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah, I might even try to cry. I'll be honest. I ain't gonna give up, man. I ain't gonna give
Okay.
up.
I was also about to say, stunts. How do you feel about doing stunts? Because I know actors out here really go hard in the paint. Like I interviewed Diesel Ramos, who's a power lifter, and he's done work for
Yeah.
Marvel, and literally had to go and do stunts, and he winded up injuring himself. My guest Monday that I had on, he also did some things as well too, and he winded up injuring himself. He was an athlete before he became an actor. So for you, how do you feel about doing stunts? Like, because I know a lot of actors really go hard into doing
Yeah,
their own
yeah.
stunts.
I've been hurt. I've been kicked. I've been punched. I remember Kevin Durant actually on Fruitvale Station because besides like being in it, I had to do all the stunts for Michael B. Jordan, like all the stuff behind the scenes. And I would get kicked on the bar and all this stuff, slam, whatever. And yeah, I ended up hurting my ribs. Nobody knew. But you know, it's a lot that go into these stunts, you know. You jump in. I can drive and shoot guns and stuff like that, you know, and then take a blow to the head, like right after and be okay. But I'm used to it. You know, of course you don't get hit all the time, but it's times where, you know, you're gonna get touched. So I think it's just something like you can't go into it like scared. You can't go into it afraid. You have to go all the way or you will get hurt. Just like football, you know, they say it hurts more if you try to catch the ball and you get hit, but if you drop the ball, it's gonna hurt. If you don't drop it, it don't hurt. Like you just gotta go full in, you know. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna read CS Swag's comment. You got to take time to detox after a film, just like a producer. Exactly, producers, directors put a lot of work into what goes on the film set, behind the scenes. A lot of that is a lot invested into it. So even with my little program here, I have to make sure the Instagram is working, lighting, everything is perfect, so that when my guests come on into the dollhouse, everybody's comfortable and it's just a smooth
I wish
interview.
I
And
could
I'm
get
glad
lighter.
someone says I'm enjoying it.
Unfortunately, I'm where
Go
I'm
ahead,
at,
I'm
so I
sorry.
can't even. Y'all might be able to see the trailers and stuff. I'm really like I wish I can get lighter, but hey, there we go. I don't know.
Perfect. We still can see you. We still
No
can see
doubt.
you. So you said you had to work on talk a little bit about Fruitvale Station because you were also like
Yeah,
the stand-in for Michael
yeah.
B. Jordan. What was it like working alongside
Mike
Michael B.
was
Jordan and
he was
Octavia
real
Spencer?
cool. Mike, uh, it was kind of like his breakout film, basically. I mean, he had like other stuff like The Wire and all that, but to be like the premier guy, like that was his one. So we were kind of really focused on that, and I just made sure whatever he needed, I went and made happen. Same with Ryan. It was a lot of miscommunication, misunderstanding, I should say, of what my role was on that end. But we got it together, and we brothers to this day. Might really be brothers. I think Jordan.
And nailed it.
Well, but keep that on the low.
And nailed it. El Mondo's 5 says you look
I
great,
am.
man.
I might be the unpopular brother. I don't know. Maybe we could be brothers. I don't know. Yeah. Octavia was great, wonderful. There was one night, and this after she rapped, she sent us a big old ice cream truck full of like food though. Yeah, I think it was some ice cream in there, but all of it was free. Whatever you wanted, milkshakes, whatever. She was super cool, And she was kind of like, like the mom of the set, really. And I think she took it very serious. Even at Highland Hospital when we were filming over there, you could just see the emotion in her, So yeah, I think Octavia is great, wonderful, and she's having a great career.
That film was very, very powerful. It talked about the life of Oscar Grant. And then Ryan
Yeah.
Coogler, this is his input in his project as well, too. And then fast forward, he gave us Black Panther. And then it happened. We lost Chadwick.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. They say it was a movie Chadwick did, the last movie he did. He did a monologue, and people think that was him showing his sickness, that he actually was sick. I didn't notice it, but it's amazing how he was able to do all this stuff and just go. With the weakness that he had inside. I'm sure it brought some type of weak cells or something. I don't know, but the guy he was so powerful that he still made it happen. Every film, never a disappointment. Brother like me, look up to that. I like that. Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing I'll always remember about him is his resilience. I had this resilience to keep going. And we didn't even know behind the scenes what was going on with him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, Fashion Dolls, it is getting close to that time before we get to our games. My next question for you is before we get to our games, the first one is going to be called the Rapid Five. And Dawayne has to tell us 5 things he can't live without. And then we're going to do the turn the tables. And this is where my guests get to ask me as many questions as they want to, uncensored and unfiltered. And for the new viewers, you get to know a little bit about the hostess as well, too, if you're watching. So before we get to the games, we're going to start off. My question for you is, what keeps you going? What passion or motivates you to keep going?
Because I know that this is what I want to do. I don't want to do nothing else. I mean, I love football, but this is where I'm at, So that keeps me going. It's days I want to quit. I call my friend Kendra. I got a good friend named Kendra, and she know I call her to talk like, I'm quitting. I don't care. It ain't happening. And she'll talk me right into it. This is what I need to hear, over the phone. But yeah, shout out to Kendra Chapman. And yeah, I just know that this is where I need to be, where I want to be, and it's fun for me. Even the stressful times, it's a challenge. Yeah.
And it's all about having a great support circle behind you 100%. Even for me on this platform, I talk a lot about family, and there's my brother right there.
Right now.
K285. Shout outs to him, the K2 spot. Make sure you guys please go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. I was just texting him today, so it's funny we talk about family and friends. He's also a content creator as well too, and he has his talk show and platform here on IG. So make sure you guys please go and follow him, tag him in the comments, support him, and show him some love. Big support system. I text him and I know he's like, well, this girl is crazy, because I struggle with anxiety, and there are days when there are days when I'm just like, okay, I'm really, really nervous. I don't know what it is inside of me or what's going on, but I text K-Tubes in the comments. And it's just like he mellows me down. I have my little support circle of content creator friends. Tony Holly is another one. All of them that support me 100%. And I can just reach out to them on the phone and text them like, okay, I'm not feeling it today. What's going on? And they will just be like, okay, you're good. You're good. You're going to be all right. So it's good to have people like that in your circle behind you 100%.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Fashion Dolls, it is time for our games. So we are going to start off with the Rapid 5. What are 5 things that Dawayne can't live without?
Pizza. I can't live without. Wait, it's supposed to be me answering or they answer?
Oh, you give us 5 things that you can't live without. It can be food, whatever you want.
So pizza. I gotta have my because pizza is my favorite food. I also like my tortillas, but I call them tortillas. That's what. Pizza. I'm sorry. This. Oh, my music. Yeah, hip hop and R&B. I gotta have it. Yeah, all the time. I gotta have my You know what? I still see my daughter as like a little 7-year-old. So yeah, that in my mind is great for me. You know, I know she older, but it's something. Family, of course. I mean, I guess it's typical, but I don't know. Oh, my YouTube stuff. I love watching YouTube. Yeah, it kind of gets me through the day. I watched a lot of Corey Holcomb and all. I like a lot of comedy, so I'm gonna say comedy. Comedy's number 3. Number 4 would be so I said pizza, my daughter, comedy, acting, and yeah, I ain't in no relationship, but it would be nice to have like a nice lady, I would say, but that's not something I can say I can just. I think I can live without. I don't know the 5th.
Armando, that's a good one. He says your music because you also do music as well.
Yeah, I
too.
do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, you good. You good. Yeah, I do. Produce. I write, rap. Yeah, kind of harmonize a little bit. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, there's a question from Liz. Shout outs to Liz Music. Please go and check out. Beautiful musician. She says, if you were speaking with your younger self, what would be your piece of advice?
I wouldn't be afraid to ask more questions so I can get the right info and be able to do whatever I need to do a lot better. I think high school I would have went more hard at stuff I wanted to do. Not that I regret high school, I don't. I had a fun time, but just growing up, because I think of my younger self, I'm thinking, man, yeah, I don't think I went as hard for things that I know I wanted to do. Of course, when you're young, you don't know everything you want to do, but the things that I was kind of certain about at the time, I would say, yeah, just really go for it. And if it's a no, then it's a no. At least you got the information that you need, so the next time you could be better at it, and you actually would achieve it. That's what I would tell myself. Yeah.
Food for the soul. All right, Fashion Dolls, it is time to turn those tables. So Dawayne is going to get to ask me some questions. I have no idea what he's going to ask me, Fashion Dolls. So we're going to get right into it. It is time to turn those tables. Dawayne.
What made you start wanting to interview artists and actors on channel?
Well, how it started originally was after I graduated high school, I went to beauty school as well too. And our parents always ask us, what is going to be your next game plan? What are you going to do after you graduate? Are you going to go to college? I went straight to shadow in a hair salon. And after that, I said, let me go on with the rest of my life and do something else besides this as well too. And that's kind of how Style by Stevie was formed. And I have a lot of friends who are in the industry that are independent artists, that are independent actors. And I would call them up and I say, let's go ahead and do an interview. Let's try this. And we've come a long way from when I first started, because I started in 2016, 2017. I was very young, very cocky. And it goes back to what you just said. You know, we don't know what we're doing in our younger days. I didn't have any idea what I was doing and how successful Style by Stevie was going to be. And I would do interviews with some of my guests. And I remember always holding up that little tablet. And when I first started, I had, shout outs to my hairstylist at that time, my friend Ronnie, a blonde mohawk. It was a 613 platinum blonde mohawk. And I would always be holding up the little tablet and have the Bluetooth speaker. Like, we came a long way. And I go back and I look at when I first started, and I'm just like, wow. Because it's always good to go back and look back in your past at memories. But that's what we've been doing throughout this whole entire pandemic. So to see how far I came from then and now, it's just like, wow. So that's kind of how I got started, doing interviews with friends that are on the way up, independent artists. And then as the years progress, we've gotten the Vanessa Williams of the world, the 112s, and so many others. I've done so many interviews throughout my career, and it's just like, wow. And when people ask me or DM me, do you remember this interview? I'm just like, okay, it's been a long time since I've done that, since I've seen that one. And I would even have to go back and look at some of my work, and I'm just like, you've came a long way, and you give yourself a pat on the back for doing this. So, yeah, that's kind of how I got my
that's what's up. You know, speaking of 112, Deron Jones in the group, he produced like my second favorite song. Everybody thinks it's my first favorite song, but Notorious Thugs is my first by Biggie. Biggie is my favorite rapper. But Loving You Tonight is, I play it every day, like literally, and I make people sick with it. And he produced that. Puff Daddy put his hands on it too. And so shout out to him. If I ever get to talk to him, I gotta give him a hug. It's just, I don't know. It's my journey.
Shout out to them.
One more question.
All right, you get
I'm
that.
sorry, I got one more question. Do you feel like the black community is staying together these days? Like, tough? It seemed like we don't, we kind of go against each other at times, whether it's supporting each other or whether it's like, if somebody in the media is like in trouble, like, oh, this person did that. Like Kanye, everybody's against him now, or whoever. I'm just using him for example. I'm just saying anybody. It don't have to be Kanye, but he's current right now. So if Jesse Smollett, I think he's next. So, like, do we stick together as a culture, or are we just going off of what other people are saying while we pay homage and pay money to all the other cultures who come into our neighborhoods and, you know, we sell out to them? I don't know.
I get what you're saying. There's so much going on with Kanye. The reason why my face changed when you mentioned, I was like, so the reason why we're so divided on these issues, because some of it hits close to home for us. And it's like with everybody, we're having to walk on eggshells. We're talking about certain topics. Nobody wants to offend anybody. And that's why it's just like this divide within the black community. We have to sometimes come and meet between in the middle. And that's why here on my platform, people are like, okay, the woman is the face. They see me as the face. Shout outs to my colleague, Now It's the Time. Shout outs to you. Yes. Shout outs to my fashion dolls. The reason why there's like a rift within the black community is because you have some that are in the upper class, some that are in the middle class. And it's just like everybody is, how can I say it? Someone said it before. It's like we're listening to respond, but not actually hearing each other. We're like going against each other. And That's where that division is. You see, everybody's against this, everybody's against that. So we sit down like how we're doing now. We're having a conversation because I've had conversations with people who are on the opposite side before. Well, I wouldn't sit with a conservative. You won't see me sit with no
Oh, yeah,
Candace
yeah,
Owens,
yeah.
nobody
Hey.
like that. But listen, the reason why we're so divided is because we're not taking the time to listen to each other. We're not taking the time to listen to each other and
Yeah.
hear each other out. And my response with Kanye is he has a lot going on with him. He has a lot going on with him. And as the Black community, the Black population as a whole, we have so much to unpack. So much to unpack that's been taught to us. That's 400 years of oppression that we have to unlearn that's been taught to us. And even here on my platform, I try to do it in a way where it's not, well, slavery happened this time and this time. I try to do it in a way where it's fun, it's informative, and it's light. Even though it's such a heavy topic, I still want people to get my message. And exactly, a lot of people are not listening instead of reacting. That too. And even with me, I try to be as neutral as possible. For when it comes to standing up for what is right, I'm always going to stand first. And my colleague and my brother, K Toops, can tell you about that. My colleague Now's the Time and K Toops, they've known me for a very long time. They know when it comes to something that's very serious to me, like fighting for equality for Black people, that's something that I'm always going to continue to stand firm on. So I haven't really been talking about what's been going on with Kanye, but my thing is this: I can't give no more prayers. It's just like, what more do you want us to do? And now you came out and you said something, and it's all over the news today. And I'm just like, oh God, what did he do? What did he do now? So with him, it's something new every day. And I'll just say this when it pertains to Kanye. When it comes to mental health within the Black community, because you've mentioned this in the beginning kind of the interview as well too. When it comes to mental health, mental illness within the Black community, we have to learn to talk about it. We've been taught for years that, oh, you can't do this, just go to God about it. I did an interview with Eamon Joseph from Snowfall, and we talked about a little bit about mental health, mental illness. And this is around the time the situation with Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez happened. And protecting Black women. I talked a little bit about it in the interview, about Black women and mental health and Black people as a collective and mental health. We have to normalize it and talk about it. We don't talk about it enough because we've been taught that, oh, I don't want to look crazy. I know there's nothing wrong with me. We don't want to look at that. But excuse my French. Jennifer Lewis, she said this. A lot of people act like their shit isn't real. And that's shit's real. A lot of people act like their shit isn't real. And it's real. It gets close to home for a lot of people out here when it comes to mental health. And I'm not trying to get off of him asking me questions, but this is something I'm passionate about. He asked me, within the Black community, we have a lot of trauma to unpack. That slavery, that mindset, all of this is what's keeping us shackled down for years because we're busy putting other people down based on their sexual orientation or how they choose to live their life. Just that oppression. We have to break past that. We have to get it out, push it out, release it, get rid of it, or we're going to stay oppressed for another 400 years. And it's still here. It's still here. So we have a lot to unlearn, a lot to unpack within the Black community. And it's not just us as Black women, but it's Black men as well, too. We normalize going to therapy. There is nothing wrong with taking your ass to the couch and sitting there with Dr. Phil. There's nothing wrong with sitting on that couch and talking to Dr. Phil. Tell me what's your problem. Tell me what's your problem and talk about it. We have to get out of this habit of, I don't want to look crazy. Yes, God, go to God. God, I'm here for God. I'm a spiritual person and I believe in God. I believe that I can't do anything without him. Nothing is possible without him. My mom, she told me, she said, never get too big that you forget that who put you here on this platform can take it away from you. And that's the problem. People need to humble themselves. And I'm not trying to sound like a preacher or nothing. Y'all are up here, Let me stop. See, I'm starting to turn into a little Iyala. But learn when to speak up about mental health. Taraji P spoke out about
Yeah.
it. We've got famous people, Lil Wayne, Big Sean. I mean, a lot of people are coming out and talking. Black men, Lil Wayne
Yeah.
and Big Sean. It surprised me when they came out and talked about it. So for Kanye to be doing all of this, I'm like, you're a millionaire. You have a lot of money. I don't see why you're not giving them the help. And then he's continuing and continuing. It's just on going on and on going on. And then before you know it, it's too late. Then people will say, I should have known. I should have known. I should have known. I should have done something. No, you should have done something immediately. Because if you don't, it's too late.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm glad. I'm happy to see the passion come out of you, because I think it's what we need out here. We need to just be talking and get it out, Yeah.
Absolutely. So in the Black community, when it pertains to mental health, I wanted to touch on that. Get help. Talk to someone before it's too late. And I can go down a list of greats that we've lost in the music world, because Dawayne does music. So I'm pretty sure you're familiar with these names I'm going to drop. Jimi Hendrix, Phyllis Hyman, some of the greats, Prince, Michael Jackson. Like, we've seen Michael's life publicly. And he was also a very private person as well, too. So behind the scenes, I could only imagine what he was dealing with mentally. We just seen his sister Janet's documentary and how she talked about struggling with depression. She went into a depression when she was recording one of my favorite albums, Velvet Rope. So she said she literally couldn't do some of the songs. She literally had to opt out, because the album had such strong subject matter. She talked about domestic violence. She talked about so many things on her album. That album, that particular project, said it was a dark project for her because she had to go into a dark space. And sometimes we have to learn to pull ourselves up out of that dark space. There's nothing wrong with saying, it's okay to not be okay. And I need people to realize that. Even with me, y'all see me open and transparent and talk about my anxiety. And I'll post what I'll do is I'll keep it very private. But I'm like, oh, hell no, I'm not going to sit here and suffer in silence. I want people to know that this is what's going on. And if you have a family member that's going through this, I hope you get the message as well, too, and get them help. So I'm thankful to have that solid support circle around me 100%. All right, I'm done preaching. I'm done. Mic drop.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, that meant a lot. To hear that, meant a lot. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, so I agree. I said, okay, where's he going with this? When you mention Kanye, that's why my eyes are saying, Jesus. I just seem like I don't even have a glass of wine yet. It's not even 5.
It just seems like anytime somebody's in trouble, like in the media or something like that, we automatically just believe, and we go against them, all the time. But yet, I bet if we met that person in person, who has money and status and all that, we probably try to hang out with him, get a picture, post it on the gram, and all this. It's really like we don't stick together. I don't believe we do. And I'm not putting down the Black community. I'm not. I think we still got a lot of greatness within us. But there's something out there that's being pushed that we don't seem to be strong enough to say, forget that. I'm living the way I'm living. I know my people. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I don't know. I can go on. I'm just saying.
So you're passionate just like when you feel it. And I've kind of spoke on this briefly on the platform as well, too. In order for us to unite, we have to fix the problem. We have a lot of unpacking to do. In order for all of us to unite, because I'm willing for uniting. Good morning, good afternoon, Misha. We're here with actor Dawayne Jordan, artist Dawayne Jordan, and we're just having a turn the table segment. He's asking me questions. I don't know how many more he's going to ask me, but we're just having a off sidebar conversation on uniting the divided community. And I say this, I said this yesterday on the show with Eugene. We all face one thing in common as people of color, as Black people. We're all oppressed. We're all marginalized. We all know that if you have a certain color skin, if me being because you guys can clearly tell I'm a Black woman, if I had light eyes and blonde hair, fair skin, we would already know who would get the privilege in this country. It wouldn't be me. So me being oppressed and marginalized, I think Dwayne went out on us. I think we lost Dwayne, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, okay, I think he's gonna come back. But I hope you guys are enjoying the conversation and taking from this as well. I don't know if Dwayne is still here or not. Is Dwayne still here, ladies and gentlemen? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? Because I also had a gift I wanted to give him too. I had something that I wanted to give him. I don't know if he's still here or not. Shout outs to my girl Felicia. All right, Dwayne, if you're still here, pop back up. So, yeah. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? Do I need to start another live? Because that's so odd. Hey, girl. All right, y'all can hear me and y'all can still see me. I don't know where Dwayne is. I think his phone either might have died or got a call or something happened. I don't know. But I'm going to continue on with this. I hope you guys are taking something from this. And that is, when it pertains to mental health, get help. Talk to someone. Talk to someone. Please talk to someone. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, I don't see Dwayne. Did he get kicked? Okay, he's back, ladies and gentlemen, because I also have a very special gift that I wanted to gift him, courtesy of, well, we'll get to it. We'll finish this up, and then I'll give it to him at the end of the interview. I think you'll like it.
Yeah, sorry about that. I guess it overheated. I was in the sun, and it just cut off on me. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, let me try to be brief because I know he's got to get back on set and everything, ladies and gentlemen. And I also have a gift that I'm going to give you at the end of the show. But we were talking about, just mental health in the Black community and how it's not talked about a lot. So that's that on that. I'm going to finish it there. Dwayne can ask me some more questions, and I'm going to take some from the audience, and then I'm going to give it to him.
What's your favorite genre in film?
I love comedy. I love to laugh. I see my girlfriend Felicia's out there. I love to laugh, and she knows me. She and Kate Tooks, her and Kate Tooks will tell you I'm always reading somebody, or the crazy one in the bunch, per se. And I think I get that from my mom. My mom is a Libra. I'm a Scorpio, so we know what Scorpio women give. So y'all know we like to be the life of the party. We like to have a good time. So comedy would have to be my favorite genre.
Yeah. That's what's up. So what are you familiar with, like, the films this year? Well, let's get off film. How about this one? Programming, televised programming. Do you feel we have a lot of influential programming that we need on TV, or do we need more of today?
I think we do. I've seen they just recently rebooted Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They gave the Bel-Air spinoff. That's pretty popular. But I would love to see more. Like, it's not television for Black Americans is not what it used to be. Like, we have BET. BET has changed a whole lot. It's not what it used to be. It went in a completely different direction. So when it comes to programming, like for television shows, like dramas and things like that, I mean, we had ER, we had so many back in the day. So the dynamic for 2022 for Black television has completely changed. Even if you want to go to the sitcom spectrum, like we're not going to get that nostalgia back. Like people are saying, you know, Martin and
Yeah.
227, all of these shows that we used to watch is just like that feeling. It can't. It was like lightning in a bottle. It can't be duplicated. So I see a lot of people are doing reboots, and I'm just like, you got to kind of be careful with the reboot if you're going to
Yeah.
reboot something,
Well, I mean, not
because
even just.
you can't.
I'm sorry. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like when you capture that essence, that lightning in a bottle, it's hard to get
Yeah.
it back and reduplicate.
Yeah. Not even just in film and stuff. Like whether it's like the news, or do we represent ourselves? I guess in a good way. Like are the kids going to be influenced in the right way coming up? I should say.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, everybody is their own person. I can't speak for everybody per se, but I know for me, I try to influence people that are coming up, young people that are viewing this platform. Even though some of the subject matter is heavy, I try to make it light and not so mature. Lighthearted. Because I'm 28 years old. For those of you who don't know, people sound like, well, you talk so mature for your age. Yeah, I'm still a baby. But that's because of life experiences that have taught me as a little girl to now a woman. It's different, full circle. You see your light different when you're 30 years old. So the things that I was doing when I was 19 or 18, when I first started Style by Stevie, I would not be doing that.
Wow. That's kind of where I was getting at with it, because I think you have a good thing going right here. And, the way that you put yourself like together, like you got the green and all that, little girls going to see that and be like, yeah, I need to go out looking like that. So, yeah, just influential type things, I would say. That's why I was getting at.
Absolutely. And it's all about influence. Like I see people like Dwayne Wade. I see people like Harry Belafonte, people that are doing something positive, that are making change. Denzel Washington, those are positive role models. Taraji P. Henson, Jennifer Lewis. I see Loretta Devine. I see Tia Tamera Mari. Those are positive. Those are positive influences to look up to, and the list goes on and on. Since we're talking about television, film genre, acting, entertainment, news, things like that. So.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, any type of organizations or like outdoor events you plan to put together, like or anything like that? Like I guess people getting together, maybe. I don't know.
I would love to. Everybody's like, when are you gonna do a live show? Y'all know Miss Stevie is the biggest. Y'all know I'm the biggest scaredy cat, the biggest germaphobe. Like when this thing happened, I was the first. I said, doorknobs, wipe down everything. And my brother was a military. Yeah, my brother was in the military. So y'all already know when the military soldiers come home, he has OCD. It's like everything has to be clean. Not a drop of water around the sink or nothing. Like my father was a military vet as well too. So the bed's got to be made a certain way. Everything has to be in tip-top shape, like literally. So
yeah, wow. Yeah. Well, I guess that's all the questions I have, yeah.
Shout outs to V Brown, actor, singer. We're here with Dwayne Jordan. All right, so my last question, before we take some questions from the audience, my last question for you is, I know your daughter watches you, and I'm pretty sure you know where I'm going with this question. So what if she says to you one day, Daddy, I want to become an actress? What would be your thoughts?
She used to say that. Now she's really into like cosplay and stuff like that. I think she more so want to be a writer, but I can see her being a stylist in a little bit. But the acting bug, whenever she see me do it, it just hits her again. Like, yeah, I want to do it. But I think she's more going towards like stylist, maybe even nursing. But I love it. I would like to tell her this ain't easy. You're gonna have to have some real tough skin for this. But I'll do what I can to inspire her and whatever she needs. I'm good. Yeah.
All right. Fashion Dogs, do we have any questions for Dwayne? Because I can't keep him. He's got to go back on set, ladies and gentlemen. But before we take some questions from the audience, I would love to gift you with something very, 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 very special. So you have to send me your information at the end of the show. Courtesy of Fire LLC, I'm going to send you this amazing crossbody bag from Fire LLC. Shout outs to Nate. This is Black owned. So shout outs to Nate for Fire LLC. He also has the socks. He has merch. So please go and check out Fire LLC right here on Instagram. So shout outs to him. So that is for you. I'm going to send this to you. Shout outs to Tara Beauty, Black owned as well too.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah.
You are so welcome. You are so welcome. Do we have any questions for Dwayne, ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap up? Because this was such a great conversation. And I hope you guys took something from this, because these things that we're talking about, whether it's mental health or stress or anxiety, can help you along the way, and it can help the next person and the next person. So you never know a person's story unless they go out and tell their story themselves. Well, let me see. Do we have anything, Fashion Dolls? Shout outs to Tara Beauty. Shout outs to you. Shout outs to everybody viewing. I don't think we have anything, so I'm going to let Dwayne close it out with some words of encouragement. What advice would you give to young people that are looking to become actors, the next generation that follows after you? And let everyone know where they can follow you, and if you have any projects or anything.
Yeah. Well, my advice would be continue to work. Put in the work. You got to be about the work. You know, you can't just say I did one or two things and all of a sudden I made it. People won't even respect you like that, you know, because they probably have a resume that's going to kill yours. It's not just about competition. It's really about, you know, here's the thing. The stage and the camera are two different things. Stage, it's about the show, the performance, great actor. The camera is about investment. Can this person sell what I'm trying to put out there in this film or commercial or TV show or something like that? You really got to put in the work to even get on that level that people even want to be interested in you. Do what you got to do to get into the workshops, the classes, on camera, scene study, script reading, improv, and make sure that they're worth it. Do your research to find out about that teacher to see how long they've been doing it. Because some of these teachers, it's a money grab for them. I'm not gonna lie, it is. And you know, if that's what you really want to pursue after that, I would say keep going and audition. Don't just sign with some agent just because they're an agent. They want to sign you. You got to make sure that you're going to be included in that top 40 list, at least top 60, because there's always somebody that look like you, sound like you, talk like you, act like you, whatever. You don't want to be on an agency client list where somebody else is so similar to you that whenever the auditions come, they don't send you nothing. A lot of people make that mistake and they're like, oh yeah, I got an agent, I'm this, on that. But how is it that you get more roles, but you don't have an agent? Because for a time, I didn't have an agent. You know, I was getting more roles than a lot of people. So I would say really study that part. As for me, oh yeah, my name is Dawayne. I know most people spell it DW, but that's fine. But just so you can follow me, Dawayne Jordan. Right now, like I said, I'm pushing the film Promises of Snow. It's going to be a great film. It is a great film. And I really hope you guys will enjoy it when it come out. You can check me out in Boiling Pot. That has Topanga, Danielle Fishel, the Better Sherwood, a lot of people, Keith David. So if you just look me up IMDb, because I'm the only Dwayne Jordan out there, you'll find me. And I'll be coming out with some music. I got commercials. I got a commercial with Matthew McConaughey right now. It's playing right now. It played during the Super Bowl. It's a Salesforce commercial. You see me in that. I'm a best man in that joint. But yeah. I got some music coming. I've been writing. I've been getting the producing going. So I got a good hip hop album I'm probably not even going to even curse. If I do, it's probably going to be in maybe 3 songs. I just, you know, it's just going to be such a good album, kind of 90s mixed with 2000 style. And, you know, we'll see if I got some features, but it's really about, you know, introducing me even more in the music scene. So, yeah, that's me. Oh, and I'm sorry, last thing. Instagram, the actor DJ, well, I'm on Twitter, yeah. JGrinch5, and you'll find me on both of them. Follow me, tell your friends to follow me. I'll follow you back, and it's gonna be all good. Yeah.
All right, Fashion Dolls, ladies and gentlemen, Dawayne Jordan, it was such a pleasure having you here. I had such a great time doing this interview with you, and you're welcome to come back to the Dollhouse
Right on.
anytime.
Thank you. Thank you. Had such a great time talking with you as well.
You too. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to Style by Stevie. Tomorrow, joining me, we have the beautiful Alyssa. She will be joining me, so make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. We love you. Make sure you guys are being safe, and this interview will be up. And please make sure you guys go and follow Dawayne. I'm going to get this out to you. You send me your information, and we'll get it
Okay,
out to
cool. Yeah.
you.
All right. Bye-bye. Take care.